Ijumaa mtazamaji, tarehe 11 mwezi Mei mwaka 2018. Niruhusu ni kwa mkue. Hujambo na karibu sana siku ya leo kwenye taarifa za leo mashinani. Tunaanza hapa. Mimi jina langu ni Nicholas Somboa, lakini moja kwa moja hebu tuanze katika kaunti ya Kisumu ambapo magavana 16 mtazamaji kutoka ukanda wa maziwa wanakongamana kuhusiana na uchumi wa ukanda huo wa maziwa humu nchini. Hebu tuwasikize.
Good morning all. My name is Robert Sumbi from Kakamega.
My name is Geoffrey Omlai, the chair of the Council of Lake Region Economic Bloc and the CC member for Finance Kakamega County.
My name is Paul Posho from Kakamega County.
My name is John Manyolo, LREP Secretariat.
My name is Emmanuel Lubembe. I'm a consultant.
Morning, Honorable William Okech, legal consultant.
Good morning, all protocols observed. Sylvia Sarah War, LRB Secretariat.
Morning, Honorable Okademi Nancy, sitting in for the Speaker, Busia County.
Morning, on Boaz Okoth, Speaker, Migori County.
Good morning. My name is Josephine Ombati, Kisii County Assembly.
Good morning. My name is Joel Otoma, Leader Majority Kakamega County.
Good morning. My name is Kenneth Anyango, Majority Leader Kisumu County. Thank you.
Good morning. My names are Eric Msumba, Minority Whip, Trans Nzoia County.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Patrick Isiero, Majority Leader, Trans Nzoia County.
Honorable Mala Nogega Omolo, Leader of Majority, Migori County.
Timothy Ogugu, Majority Leader, Kisii County.
Tony Hawaya Baraza, Minority Bungoma. Emmanuel Waswa Simiu, Minority Leader, Trans Nzoia County.
Luke Opora, Majority Chief Whip, Bungoma County.
Good morning, everybody. I am Honorable Kasim Abdul Rashid, the Deputy Majority Leader, Kericho County. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Simon Magavana, Deputy Majority Trans Nzoia.
Honorable Margaret Sapina, Deputy Minority, Trans Nzoia County.
Honorable Joan Kirong, Deputy Minority, Bungoma County.
Rispa Onguti, Deputy Majority Leader, Kisii County.
My name is Songwe Musongo Clark, County Assembly of Bungoma.
I'm Bernard Wambwa, Majority Whip, Trans Nzoia County.
Busolo Sudia Isaiah, Chief Minority Whip, Bungoma County.
James Ondali, Leader Minority Kisii.
Muhongo Barasa, Chair Finance, Bungoma County Assembly.
Good morning, Martin Simiu, Budget, Trans Nzoia County.
Good morning. I'm Honorable Jack Wambulwa, Chair Budget Committee, Bungoma County.
John Ombati, Chief Whip, Majority, Kisii County.
Kennedy Mainya, Chair Finance, Kisii County.
Zablon Mokua, Chief Whip, Minority, Kisii County.
I'm Sospita Obungo Wish, representing civil society, Kisumu County.
My name is Dennis Ombachi, Chair Budget and Appropriation Committee, Kisii County Assembly.
My name is George Morara Abuga, Budget, Nyamira County.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Willis Opuka, Budget, Kakamega County.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Honorable Edward Ouma from Migori County, sitting in for the Chair Budget. Morning, everyone.
I'm Honorable Peter Mijungu, Chair, Finance Committee, Migori County.
Honorable David Ikunza, Chair, Finance, Kakamega County.
Margaret Nyauntu, Deputy Whip, Minority, representing Chair, Finance, Nandi County.
Geoffrey Ondiro, Minority Chief Whip, Kakamega County.
I'm Gladys Omkongolo, Deputy Chief Whip, Majority, Kakamega County.
I'm Kevin Skeke, Chief Whip, Migori County Assembly.
I'm Honorable David Uliemba, Deputy Minority Leader, Busia County Assembly.
Honorable Dano Chingwere, Chief Whip, Homa Bay County Assembly.
My name is Ruth Ombura, Deputy Majority Leader, Homa Bay County.
My name's Bernard Odako, Minority Chief Whip, Busia County.
I'm Honorable Julius Otiengi Tiang, standing in for the Chair, Budget and Appropriation Committee, Busia.
Good morning. I'm Udur Peter, Finance Chair, Sia County.
I'm Wilfred Ouma, HR Consultant.
Ismail No, HR Consultant.
I'm Okeri Wangachi John, I'm an OD Consultant.
Thank you very much. Pass over the microphone. My name is Madanji Bo Patrick from LREP Secretariat and Director of Protocol. Anybody who has not? Okay, please.
Ndegwa Grace, Deputy Minority, Migori County.
I am Violet Ananda, Deputy Majority Leader, Kakamega County.
Ombayo Dixon, Majority Chief Whip, Kakamega.
Jane Mukaya, Deputy Minority, Emira County.
All protocol observed. I'm Kaibe Eric, Whip Majority, Busia County.
I'm Jira John Peter, Minority Leader, Homa Bay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Laban Mukwana, Majority Leader, Busia County. Thank you.
I'm Honorable George Morara, in for Majority Leader, Nyamira County.
Yes, I'm Honorable Dongo, Deputy Speaker, Sia County.
Thank you very much. Can we give a round of applause for one another? Mr. Chairman, sir, that tells you that cross-section of the region is fully represented in this house today. And now it's my pleasure to call upon the Chief Executive Officer of LREP, Mr. Michael Abalawanga, to call the meeting to order.
Your Excellency, Wycliffe Ambetha Oparanya, the Chairman of the Lake Region Economic Bloc, Your Excellency, His Governor James Ongwae, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor from Siaya, Your Excellency, Deputy Governor from Kericho, Honorable Speakers, Deputy Speakers, Assembly Leadership, good morning. I would wish to take this opportunity to declare the Assembly Caucus meeting open and in order. And on that note, I would like to invite Honorable David Campbell, Speaker Kisii, who is representing the interim chairperson of the Assembly Caucus, Honorable Fat, to make brief remarks. Thank you.
Your Excellency is present. All protocols observed. I'm really privileged to be here. My name is not Cambo. My name is David Combo with K-O. I'm privileged to be here to represent my brother Moffat from Nyamira, who is unable to attend today because of other pressing issues. I have been requested to give these opening remarks on his behalf, and in particular on behalf of the speakers present here, because he's our interim chair. Lake Region Economic Bloc is an intergovernmental, is an inter-county integration arrangement which brings together 14 counties, namely, I start with mine, Kisii, Nyamira, Homa Bay, Migori, Bomet, Kericho, Nandi, Trans Nzoia, Bungoma, Kakamega, Busia, Siaya, and the host county here, Kisumu. It was founded in 2014 and launched its economic blueprint at the devolution conference held here in Kisumu in April 2015. We are all aware that currently there are 6 other inter-county economic blocks, but Lake Region Economic Bloc remains the first to develop an economic blueprint and its legal framework, which we will be discussing at this meeting. The development of Lake Region Economic Bloc legal instrument has been done through a continuous consultative process, and the representatives of our county assemblies have had the opportunity to interact with it and have had our input considered and factored in the documents. The first meeting took place at Pinecone Hotel in Kisumu on the 9th March 2018, during what was called a stakeholder consultative meeting. In this meeting, the attendance included county executive members, the civil society organizations, among others. The county assemblies were represented by the speakers and the majority leaders only. It is at this meeting that we requested that the representation of the county assemblies be enlarged. During this meeting, we were taken through the legal instrument and we were able to make a few amendments to it. We, however, suggested to the Secretariat that since only 2 speakers and a few honorable members attended, it would be prudent to call for a larger meeting and one that would exclusively target the county assemblies. And I'm happy we are seated here today. The request gave birth to the second consultative meeting held on the 22nd March at the Sovereign Hotel, where we all attended, and those who attended were majority leaders, speakers, majority chief whips of all our 14 counties. We were therefore able to interact more closely with the legal instrument. We proposed several changes on the document, among which was the inclusion of the Assembly caucus in the organization structure, and in which our 4 members from each assembly would take part. It is at this meeting where those present also settled on my brother Moffat Tey of Nyamira to be an interim convener of the caucus. The effort towards synergizing and leveraging our economies of scale towards improving the livelihood of our people are noble and deserve our unequivocal support as county assemblies. Besides improving our economic welfare, it will also go a long way in fostering peaceful coexistence among our people. My prayer is, at the end of this meeting, we will agree as the leadership of the county assemblies to spearhead the sensitization programs to be held in our respective counties and county assemblies before the tabling of the Lake Region Economic Bloc Bill 2018, a copy of which all of us have got. We will also agree on reasonable but expedient timelines on which the bill should have been passed in our assemblies so that we are able to start working on pursuing the objectives within which we started. That is what I've read for my brother, and I would say that it's indeed a big pleasure that our governors have had time to come. This body will not succeed minus the governors. We need all the governors present. Then we feel we are stronger than we are. May God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I apologize for mispronunciation of your name as Mr. Kombo. Honorable Speaker for Kisumu, to give a few remarks, first on behalf of the Governor of Kisumu, and second as a host of the function today. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, the Governor of Kakamega County, Your Excellency, the Governor Kisii County, Honorable Ngwai, the Deputy Governors, Siaya and Kericho counties, Honorable Speakers, Deputy Speakers, Majority Leaders, and the entire leadership of the assemblies, good morning. I've been asked to come here and perform a very simple task. First, to welcome you on behalf of the Governor of Kisumu County, His Excellency Governor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o, and to pass his regards to you. He is unable to be with us here this morning for reasons that became unavoidable. The Governor Kisumu County had gone for a retreat in Naivasha and had expected to be with us here by yesterday. Unfortunately, he was forced to also attend the National Food Security meeting in Naivasha, forcing him to second the leadership of the retreat to his deputy, and that explains their absence in this hall today. It is not out of any feeling that may be untoward, but due to commitment that they had not foreseen. I hope you understand. Otherwise, on behalf of Kisumu County, we would wish to tell you that we take this economic bloc seriously. We respect the leadership of this bloc, and we intend it to move to the next level with full support, honorable members. Let me briefly say this, honorable members. I have had the occasion to attend the initial meetings of the Lake Region Economic Bloc, and all I can say is that this is an initiative that as the Assembly leadership, we need to come forward to support, to ensure that it reaches down in terms of impact to the people of this region. Sometimes back, honorable members, I had the opportunity to be the chairman of the Lake Region, of the Lake Basin Development Authority. And the Lake Basin Development Authority encompassed the 14 counties presently constituted, plus 4 more. And I can tell you, from that seat, I understood the potentiality of this region, and I can assure you it is extremely immense, and on its own can propel this nation to a very great level in terms of economic prosperity. Of course, we must appreciate, if we want to go forward, more so as the legislative caucus of this economic bloc, that we operate in diverse political backgrounds, and there is need, one, to be tolerant of each other's political persuasion, and number two, to insulate the economic bloc from political turbulence that define the politics of our country. With that, we would be able to pursue and prosper this region economically to ensure that we achieve that which we intend for our people. We must appreciate that politics notwithstanding, our people need improved lifestyles. Our people need economic growth that will transform their lives to what they desire. Consequently, I plead with you, honorable members, that going forward as the Assembly leadership, we must take the forefront in persuading the electorates the need, the desire, the use of this economic bloc. We must move forward also to protect the bloc and insulate it from the hazards of our day-to-day political interactions through empowering the organs of the institution with strong legislative framework that would allow them to operate at all times and to achieve its goals. As I finish, honorable members, mine is to ask of you no more than sincere commitment towards this bloc. We have got lessons to learn from. The East African community collapsed when some of us were not yet born, some of us were already born. Those are lessons from which we must learn, and we must see to it that we do not repeat it. We have the East African economic bloc as revived, which is an example for us to borrow from. We have got models of the European Economic Union. All these are before you to look forward and see the pitfalls that defined those that failed and the advantages and challenges that those which have succeeded went through to be the success stories that they are. As for me and the assembly that I head, I can give you the undertaking that we will do all that is necessary, honorable members, your excellencies, to ensure that this noble idea comes to life, to succeed, and ensure that our people prosper. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker from Kisumu, Honorable Nyangolo. May I also take this opportunity to recognize the presence of Honorable Speaker from Siaya, Honorable Ogoda. You're welcome. May I? Okode, sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Before I would call upon Governor Ongwae to make a few remarks, we have Deputy Governor from Kericho, at least, to make a few remarks on behalf of the Deputy Governors in the region. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure for us as Kericho County to join this meeting today. I bring greetings from His Excellency, the Governor of Kericho County, Professor Paul Kiprono Chepkwony. Munapokea. He was not able to join us today because he's out of the country on official matters of our county. Your Excellency, Wycliffe Oparanya, the chairman of LREB, Your Excellency, Governor of Kisii, James Ongwae, Your Excellency, Deputy Governor of Siaya, all speakers, deputy speakers, members of the County Assembly caucus. It is a great pleasure to be with you all here today. We are going to learn a lot from what it is that we are trying to propel forward, and as has been said, a regional bloc is so important for our respective economies. Together, as 14 counties, we will be able to take our region to higher heights in development. We have so much potential, and we can harness that once we put our heads together, we put our resources together, we put our energies together and do things that have not been done before. Many research has been done on this region, and some of the things that were done, that were proposed in the 60s have not yet taken off. And I believe with the kind of leadership we now have, we should be able to see huge success in our block. So with those few remarks, I wish all of us a very good deliberation, and may God bless us all and see us to be one of the most wonderful blocks in the world, not just in East Africa, but in the world, because we are going to compete with those other blocks that have been organized in other regions. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
The Deputy Governor said, brief before I call them, just briefly, because you'll give a vote of thanks later. But yeah, might take this opportunity to call His Excellency James Ongwae, and thereafter you will invite the chairman.
Thank you very much, convener. My good governor from Kakamega, His Excellency Honorable Wycliffe Oparanya, Excellency Deputy Governors who are here, from Siaya and Kericho, my good speakers from the various counties who are here, the members of the county assemblies from all the counties who are here. I note that you are all here, quite a number of you, those in charge of finance, those in charge of planning, and so on. Our development partners and our consultants who are here, good morning. Good morning to you, all of you. Thank you very much for being here. Wycliffe, when we started this some time back in the Council of Governors, at that time we were talking about leveraging, and we were saying, as new nascent counties, with the problems that we have with resourcing, with the problems that most of us have in development, especially from this particular region, you all know we've been independent as a nation for over 55 years, but we have serious problems in this region, problems of underdevelopment, and very, very serious problems. And at that time, we said that in the context of economies of scale, in the context of improving the livelihood of our people, we need to come together and share whatever resources, because when you come together, you can actually develop much more. And in that context that we started about 4 years ago, and aware that we have a catchment population of about 14 million people, I'm happy that you are here today, because this would help us in the broader leveraging, in the proper comparative advantages that we have in the region, so that we can be able to develop our region much more than it was. When we came here for our second annual devolution conference in Kisumu, we did ask our president then to launch our economic blueprint. And I suspect that of all the regional units that are coming up, it's only our unit that has a serious economic blueprint that we have. And for that, we must thank ourselves. In my own case in Kisii, in that night, 2015, I actually talked with my members of the county assembly, and I'm happy quite a number of them are here. I probably have the largest contingent here, even Kisumu, the home county, Even Kisumu, the home county, doesn't have the contingent I have here. So although you need to go and tell your good governor, if he was here, I would make noise to him. We did put in place at that time, Chair, 200 million. Because we had started talking about the bank. And at that time, we said that each one of us puts in place 200 million. And I put it in there in my budget. I had to remove the money during supplementary because as we were closing the financial year, I actually realized that we had run much faster than the rest of the counties. So I removed the money from the budget. But in those formative stages, when we identified the pillars, agriculture, tourism, education, health, financial services, ICT, and infrastructure, we identified those pillars because those are the pillars that would actually develop our counties. And we also said that this Kisumu city, which you people here, although here you call London sometimes, we said that this should be our headquarters. And I think we did a good job. This is a good place. And I'm happy that it's picking up and that as governors, when we met in Kakamega, we solidified our support for this block. And I'm also happy that AADI, or what you call the Agile Harmonized Assistance for Developed Institutions, and I can see one of my former officers here, Lubembe, is here. AADI has given us a draft bill, and as members of the county assembly who are here, I think you are here to ensure that you also support this bill, that we have a common bill, a standard bill across our counties, which bill then, if we pass, we would have been able to empower the various pillars and the various institutional frameworks that we put in place for implementing the regional block. And so I hope that as you go back, this is a block that you should support. And in my own case, in Kisii, this is a block that I can assure you, Chair, that we are going to support, and that's why I have my leader of majority here. I have my leader of minority. I have the chair of economic, of my finance budget. And I've also got my speaker here, Mzee Kombo, who used to be an assistant minister for trade. And Kombo, if you are an assistant minister for trade, then I suppose you understand what we are talking about. So you will not have problems with this when you're passing it in the county assembly. Because you are an assistant minister those old days when assistant ministers were actually assistant ministers. So, ladies and gentlemen, I stand here as one of your governors from the region. I'm the chair of the health pillar. And in this pillar, incidentally, I'm proud to say that we were the only county of the 7 pillars that started the institutionalization of these pillars, because I held a health conference for the region in Kisii County. And in that health conference, we developed the institutional mechanisms for the implementation of the health pillar. But we were again taken a bit back because at that time, as a county, we spent quite a lot of money, almost close to more than 10 million to run that conference. And a number of you attended. And we agreed on what to do on health services. So all that we need, as soon as we finalize the mechanisms that completely institutionalize our arrangement, then I will be able, as the chair of the health pillar, to move it forward. In Kisii County, being a chair of the health pillar, Mr. Chair, I would want to tell you that we're doing quite a lot. We're putting in place a cancer center. I know you have also announced you're putting one in place, but I want to tell you that mine will be in place before yours because I'm working very hard. We got over 2 billion shillings from the Arab Bank for International Development and also from the Saudia Fund. And we are breaking ground sometime in the next 2 or so months. so that we can put in place an ultra-modern cancer diagnostic and treatment center. In this particular region, if you're just looking at the whole area of cancer, we have 27,000 cases annually in the Lake region on cancer. Those are the known ones. But if you look at the entire cases, you probably would be dealing to between 50 and 70 or 80,000 cases. And most of these are actually not treated because they can't afford radiotherapy costs. And so when we come together as a region, where there is comparative advantage, if there is a cancer center in the region, then that particular county would know that the treatment that they're undertaking is not necessarily for their own particular county, but for the region. So that we share experiences, we share knowledge, and we are then able to develop as a region. And it is in this context that we've come here. And as members of the county assemblies, as honorable members, because I had a number of you standing here and saying I'm an honorable member for this and this. There's one thing I was told that if you stand as a governor, don't stand and say I'm His Excellency Governor James Ongwae. Just say I'm James Ongwae, let the others call you Excellency. They were telling me that that's what they call good manners. I'm just giving you advice because I suspect I'm older than quite a number of you. So ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for this day. I hope that you will have very good deliberations. And I want to tell you that as Excellency Governors, we want this initiative to succeed. There are those who say that if you walk alone, I don't know, there is that saying that if you walk alone, then you probably, but if you walk together, then you can do very good walking. I want us to walk together, ladies and gentlemen. Forget these administrative boundaries. We grew up together. I grew up quite a lot with Luos. And although if you want to try me in your language, try me. I probably speak better than you do. So this is one region, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be together. And let's develop this region together. Let's not keep on crying about support from national government. Let me give you a very simple example. If we have the bank in place, and then as county government, you probably you are under financial stress, what do you think that bank would do to you? Because quite a number of you sometimes are paying salaries late. Sometimes you have problems here and there. But if we have our own bank, then we'll have rules and regulations that indicate what support that bank can give you. If you have problems of payment for contractors and so on, it's fairly possible that within the framework of the PFM Act and so on, we would be able to see how our own bank can support us in development. So these are issues. And banking, our own bank is just one of the things. I told you about health services. So there could be other areas where we are looking at comparative advantage of the various counties that we have. What are we benefiting from that particular area? So ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for this day. And I hope we'll have good deliberations here in our own London. And we enjoy ourselves. Thank you very much.
And now, may I take this opportunity to invite the chairman of the summit and the Lake Region Economic Bloc, Honorable His Excellency Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya. Thank you.
Good morning. Hamjambo wote. Thank you for coming. It's a very important day for me because this is my first day to meet most of you at a close range. And it was important that we come here as we have come to at least appreciate each other, that we come from one region and therefore we have to work together. What we are doing here, honorable members, is not new. It is happening everywhere in the world. You find in Europe,
We have the European Union. They work together. In Africa here, you have the AU. AU was more political. Now it is moving towards trade. Even in the United States, those states that you see in America, they were individual countries. But because America wanted to be more powerful, they came together and formed the United States of America. Even the Asian countries, they have also come together under ISEA. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we are doing here is not unique. And for us to realize our potential, is very important that we share experiences. And what we are doing here, we are not going to interfere in any way in the priorities of individual counties. We know each county is unique in its own way. It has its own priorities. But we feel, as governors, there are areas that we can cooperate so that we have economies of scale and we have linkages. So, Your Excellencies, my colleague, Mheshimiwa James Ongwae, Honorable or Excellencies, Deputy Governors, Honorable Speakers who are here, and Deputy Speakers, Honorable Members of the County Assemblies, various chairs and so on, clerks, I saw we have a few clerks of the County Assemblies, ladies and gentlemen. This idea to establish the Lake region was conceived then by the then governors in 2015, upon which a few of us realized that we need to be together with the objective to leverage economy of scale and to tap into our natural resources, markets, agricultural produce, and exploit all available economic opportunities in our operations and activities to change the lives of our people. After consensus on this idea, in 2015, a blueprint, which is before you, was born out of the understanding between the 14 counties. The blueprint outlined access to new, and I will request spare time to read that blueprint. It outlines access to the new and expanded markets, economies of scale, for example, large labor force, comparative county strengths, youth, demography dividend, shared resources, for example, Lake Victoria, River Island, Zoya, Mount Elgon, Kakamega Forest, and many others. Shared values for economic growth and development to support the ailing sector like education and health. Our region is the mostly densely populated, and it constitutes about 25% of the population in Kenya. The region presents the social economic aspiration of 14 counties and seeks to boldly secure and shape the region's destiny. Our development effort is by leveraging existing assets, addressing constraints, and defining key steps that leaders and citizens of the region can take to transform the shared vision of prosperity into a reality. As outlined in our economic blueprint, the bloc has identified 10 strategic interventions. And out of these 10 strategic interventions, we have separated them into 3 major sectors. The first sector is the productive sector, which covers agriculture, tourism, trade, and industrialization. And then the social sector, which covers education, health, water, environment, and climate change, and gender, and people living with disability, and the youth. And then enablers sector, the ICT, financial services, and infrastructure. In agriculture, the agricultural opportunities that exist in this region include agricultural commodities exchange, large-scale irrigation of high-value crops, fish farming, food security value chain, and agro-processing factories. Almost all counties in this region are endowed with these opportunities. The County of Busia, assisted by Nyamira, shall be the lead mover of this pillar of agriculture. We have proposed to establish a major agricultural research center in Busia region to guide the region in accessing the best agricultural seeds, fertilizers, animal seeds, veterinary medication, irrigation standards, and best farming practices. Due to flooding of River Nzoia, Yala, and Nyando, causing a lot of living discomforts and loss of water and fertile soils, our proposed flagship projects will be to bring into use the most modern irrigation techniques to reduce the flooding in the next 24 months. We are also focused to receive large benefit from our sugar farmers from the ongoing privatization of the sugar factories. On tourism, the Lake Region Tourism Circuit boasts of attractive nature and wildlife, culture, heritage, adventure and tourism and ecotourism, waterfronts, for example, Lake Victoria Highlands, golf resort, for example, Kakamega Forest, tea and coffee farming in Kericho, Kisii, and Nyamira. Kakamega and Kisumu are the lead counties under tourism. The Lake Region members are also required to shop for investors to put up 3-star hotels. You remember when you were in Kakamega for the Devolution Conference, we were unable to accommodate you. And I know most of the VIPs actually stayed here in Kisumu, but we were happy. Kisumu is part of us. So we gave them the businesses. But we are saying we want to be self-sufficient to some extent, where we want to encourage, and we can do this together. At least every county has a 3- or 4-star hotel. I know in Kisii there are quite a number. And also we upgrade our airstrips so that tourists are able to move from one county to the other. And in Kakamega, we are also discussing about upgrading our own. Kakamega, you know, because of the equatorial forest, Kakamega forest, although it's not under our control, still under the national government, I saw in the newspaper the MP of Shinyalu, where the forest comes, where the forest is treated. He intercepted people logging the forest, and that is the problem that we have been having. And I'm happy that a few people have been arrested. So we need to conserve that forest. That is our natural resource. And I know we have a lot of natural resources in the various counties. Even the Lake Victoria here, we need to conserve it for our benefit, not only for the Egyptians. All in all, we anticipate to attract 3 million tourists in the next 5 years, if we work together the way we are here. In addition, the Lake region shall strengthen our negotiation with the World Bank for the Lake Victoria Ring Road from the Lake Victoria to Miru Bay and Mbita. Education is very critical for our region. Less than 50% of the population in the Lake region have access to early childhood education and development, ECD. At the primary level, the gross enrollment ratio, which refers to the share of children of any age that are enrolled in primary schools, is very high. However, the net enrollment ratio, which is the share of the children of official primary age that are enrolled in primary schools, is on average 75% to 80%. Enrollment to secondary school level education is on average below 40% in all the counties. The national target is 70%. Tertiary education enrollment is very low. In Kakamega, we have been trying to attract people to the polytechnics. Kakamega, with a population of 2 million people, we have only about 10,000 people or 10,000 students in our county polytechnics, which is quite low compared with our population of 2 million people. So tertiary enrollment is very low, and this component of education system in the region is very, very poorly developed. As you know, polytechnics were before under the communities. The lead county in the education sector will be Siaya. The county is planning to hold a pre-Lake Regional Investment Conference Symposium for education in the near future. Siaya is also supposed to host a regional center for education research to review the curriculum for the county polytechnics, industrial training, and activities to improve literacy for the region. Ladies and gentlemen, the following members will also organize their symposium to design flagship projects for their pillars. Vihiga County is the lead county in ICT. Bungoma County in infrastructure. Nandi County in trade and industrialization. Bomet County in water, environment, and climate change. Kericho County, gender, people living with disability, and youth affairs. Financial services, this pillar is led by Kakamega and assisted by Kisumu. And when we met last time, we agreed that the most and immediate flagship project is establishing a regional bank in order to achieve our set objectives as an economic bloc. The establishment of a regional bank is inevitable. Even in Africa, you hear of African Development Bank under the African Union. You hear of East African Development Bank under East African Community, and many others. You hear of the World Bank to take care of other interests. So we feel as a Lake region, we need a regional bank. And this is part of the reason, apart from coming to know each other, we start the journey. This is also part of the reason that we have called you here today. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, after highlighting major issues in our blueprint, let me take this opportunity to inform you that we have gone through a very vigorous process putting together a legal instrument to govern our economic outfit. As you know, what we are doing is provided for in the Constitution and also in the relevant county laws. On 26 March 2018, all my colleagues, the 14 governors, met in Kakamega and signed a legal instrument, which I am told is before you. And soon our secretariat will take you through that particular document so that you are able to appreciate the content of the document. On the same premise, this legal agreement, which was signed on 26 March with all my colleagues, we feel that this document for us to meet, because you are a very important arm of the county government. Because county government, the executive, and there is the county assembly. So as executive, it's important that we move together if we have to succeed. We plan, as you live here, you are going to act as our ambassadors, our agents, to educate or sensitize your fellow colleagues in the county assemblies so that they are able to adopt the legal document in your various assemblies. Now, we could not invite all the members of the county assemblies because of the numbers involved. And we thought if we just selected the leadership, 10 from every county, that would be a fair representation. We know that this is the time you are going through a budget cycle. You are in the preparation of the budget cycle. And maybe this issue of the Lake Region economic bloc came up, was not captured into your CITPs and even in your development plan. It is our request that now this should be done so, after being explained what is involved. We did agree, and we agreed a long time ago, in 2016, to set up this particular the particular regional bank. But it was not possible at that time because we didn't have a legal document binding us. We did involve the control of budget then, and she agreed to set up a separate or a special vehicle account at the central bank. The central bank account, which all of us will channel funds there. And as soon as we had a proper negotiation with a particular bank, or we started the process, we have gone through the legal documents, the money now will move from that particular joint account of the 14 counties to start up the project. We feel that this will help us as a region to take off quickly. As you know, about 60% of our people here are poor, but counties were established to assist the people. And we feel without capital, it will be very difficult to do so because of some of the terms to access credit are very stringent for our people. I know people will come up with different theories, but we feel that if the bank is there, it will be able to assist our people. I'm happy that few organizations have come to help us. The World Bank is on board to help us. Ford Foundation has come also, and they have been able to give us 18 million to start up setting the secretariat. I'm very grateful to Ford Foundation. I don't know if they are represented here, that they have been able, we have worked together since 2015 up to now. As a bloc, we remain committed to improve the livelihood of the people in this region. And that's why we have called upon you to ensure you have positive deliberation in this meeting. And please talk freely. We are there to share what we have and what we know, either about the bloc or any other related institutions. We have over 14 million people in this region. And these people, I'm sure, the few that I've talked to are eagerly waiting for the adoption and ratification of the legal documents. Before I finish, let me take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, to thank you very much for those who came for the devolution conference. It was a success because of your cooperation, and I know it was also a success after the handshake, that it was held in a very harmonious environment than before. Because before we had problems, boycotts by the Senate, because you know, Oparanya and Khalwale could not sit together. Yeah, but this one was unique. And I'm happy some of you who didn't know where Kakamega is, now you know where it is. And you know what it feels. I would just encourage you as the chair of this Lake region that now this is the time to interact freely. Take your weekend off, come to Kisumu, spend a night here, know about Kisumu, go to Kisi and etc. I happen to have gone to school in Kisi High School. You see, I went there for my Form 5 and Form 6. And I was telling my colleague Ongwai here that I need to do something for that school because that's the school who just made me to be where I am. And he has said he will organize something. Yeah. So as we interact and socialize, let's also interact and socialize, know each other very well, and talk about the future. You know, the future, there are many things coming. So we should also be talking as a region, where do we want to go? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And I look forward for positive deliberation. And I think after this meeting, we shall together have a resolution which will be read to our people to know what we have agreed here as the executive and as county assemblies in this region. I thank you very much.
Please, another round of applause for our governor. Thank you. The next program is we'll have quick technical presentations by our consultants who have the history of the formation of LRB and have knowledge of the blueprint because you're part of developing it. Emmanuel Lubembe. Then we'll have a legal presentation by our legal expert, William Okech, who also was part of drafting the Constitution and is also a member of the judiciary. 5 minutes each, and then we'll finalize
hapo
with
ni mkutano wa magavana wapatao 16, mtazamaji, wa uchumi wa ukanda wa ziwa, ambapo anazungumzia masuala ya uchumi katika ukanda wa ziwa. Hapa tunazungumzia ziwa Victoria, mtazamaji, hapa nchini Kenya. Kwa hivyo ni hafla ambayo wamesema kuwa kati ya masuala ambayo wanazungumzia ni kuona kuwa kuna watalii wapatao milioni 3 katika miaka 5 ijayo ambao watatembelea eneo hili, mtazamaji. Kati ya masuala mengine ambayo Kelvin Ogutu, mwanahabari wetu, yuko kule na anatuandalia hizo taarifa. Na basi ikiwa sasa ni saa 6:09 saa za Afrika Mashariki, itakuwa ni awamu ya pili ya taarifa za leo mashinani siku ya leo, nami Nicholas Omboa. Lakini kwanza kabisa, hebu nikupe vidokezo.